Hello and welcome to Gaming Pursuits. Today we're starting a brand new series of Borderlands 2, doing a playthrough as Zer0. Now Zer0 is the only character that I haven't done a playthrough as so far. I've got this game on both Xbox 360 and on PC, and I've done playthroughs every single other character, including the Necromancer, but not Zer0 yet. So this is my first playthrough as him. For anyone that doesn't know, the backstory of Zer0, he is an assassin for hire, and according to his wanted poster and his echo recordings, he performs both political assassinations and common hits. After an unsatisfying assassination, where the target fails to fight back, Zer0 decides to do something that's a bit more challenging and heads to Pandora. Now, some information about Zer0 that I didn't know, I only found out looking up for this episode, is that in promotional material and in game he only has 4 fingers, and he is 6'4", which makes him the tallest playable character in Borderlands 2. Now, for anyone that's seen my other series of Torchlight 2, you'll notice that this series I'm doing the playthroughs and then recording the audio over the top instead of doing live audio. Now, if you just drop down in the comments if you've seen both videos what you prefer, and I'll try and do what most people find a bit more entertaining. Doesn't mean that when I do these videos I'm not going to chat after rubbish, but hopefully I won't and as much. So with Zer0 I'm going to go for a bloodshed build, which focuses on melee attacks. So you'll see a bit later on in this gameplay that I start using melee attacks, and I think that's probably going to be my best way to go. I also like Zer0 because in the original Borderlands I played as Lilith, which she has a phase walk ability where she phases into a different dimension and then she walks through that dimension and can't get attacked. Now with Zer0 it's not exactly the same. He has a deception skill, so that he basically stealths and throws out a hologram of himself that people attack. So I think it's going to be fairly similar to Lilith in that respect. You can still take damage while you're stealthed, but obviously it gives you the chance to be able to run away. Now we can see Claptrap here, just getting his eye pulled out by a bullymong. And you'll notice the first mission here is to go and collect a gun from the cabinet. Now, where I've pre-ordered the game and I've got the Necromancer and the golden gun pack, as soon as I pick up the quest reward, it actually gives me the golden gun, as you can see there. You can see Angel there at the top, who's a returning character from the original Borderlands. Now, anyone that's played the original Borderlands will know that she basically guides you through and lets you know what you're doing in terms of the story. A nice picture there of Claptrap in a bikini, just what you all wanted to see. And you see, heading over here, I'm just about to find the Cult of the Vault symbol. Just making sure I've got all the ammo I can get. And there it is for this area. So throughout this gameplay I'm going to try and make sure that I find as much stuff as I can in terms of Cult of the Vault symbols and hidden challenges, so that anyone that's playing can watch this and go along with it if they're looking for a little bit of information. Okay, so at the moment just going through, picking up as much ammo as possible. Never want to run out of ammo in this game. With the gun Zer0, I think he's quite good because you can do ammo regeneration as one of his skills. However, with Zer0 it's not really geared towards that. I know with the bloodshed build that I'm going to be doing, I will have shield regeneration as one of my skills. However, it's mainly based around melee attacks.
I'll just assume you didn't see that. Even though Knuckle Dragger blindsided me, I know my way around this glacier. I bet you will find my eye.
So we continue to follow Claptrap down here as he goes straight into the ice.
Stick close to the robot.
And we've got Angel here telling us to stick close to the robot. He's going to help us get to Sanctuary, which is the place where everyone is. It's like the last stronghold, the last place that's safe on this crazy planet of Pandora. And here we are, first bit of combat. We have to protect Claptrap. It's not too hard. I will say, with this golden gun pack, it does make things a lot easier with the start of the game. I'm not going to be keeping hold of this gun for very long, but at this very beginning bit where we're fighting these monglets, it's a lot easier using the golden gun pack than it is using the gun that you originally get out of the cabinet. So I always try and make sure I loot as much of the area as possible. It's good for gaining money, which is obviously handy when if you need to buy ammo or if you need to buy anything later on in the game. And also make sure I pick up the ammo. I have found myself on playthroughs before thinking it doesn't matter, don't need the ammo, I'll leave it. And when I do, I inevitably end up losing out because I run out of ammo. So it's always good to carry the maximum amount. And it says here again, we need to keep following Claptrap so that we can reach Sanctuary.
Get to Sanctuary.
Claptrap there, just falling off the cliff. In this game, you don't take any fall damage, so you can jump from quite high heights and not take any damage. Obviously there are areas that if you jump into it you will die, but in terms of just heights there's no fall damage at all. You notice here a few more enemies. Again, this gun, the golden gun pack, is very handy for this area. Just make short work of any of these enemies. And we need to dig out Claptrap.
Many thanks, friend of friends. Onward!
Hey kiddo, Jack here, President.
And this is where we first hear from Jack. Now this is one of my favourite bits of audio from the game, where he's telling us that the whole idea is that we should come to Pandora, try and find the vault, and die. Now Jack is also one of my favourite characters from this game. I do like the fact all his audio logs, if you find them later on as well, are hilarious. We'll see, not in this episode, probably in one of the next two episodes as well, that he gets a diamond pony called Butt Stallion. So we'll be looking out for that later on. We're fighting Knuckle Dragger here. You should be able to see here a little bit of use of the melee attacks. I will start to use in a minute. With the projectiles the bullymongs throw at you, you can shoot them out the air to avoid damage, which is a fantastic game mechanic, I think. So here we are here, and as Claptrap quite nicely puts it, we've got bullymongs coming out of the wall sphincters. And it's where you first get to see a little bit of the melee that I'm going to be using. I drop down here just because I feel I'm getting swarmed by quite a few enemies there, and melee damage, and take out the monglet that's just off to the side. And you can see the car here flipping down and spinning around and landing where would perfectly give us cover, and Knuckle Dragger finished off with a melee attack there. We managed to level up to level 2. Now after offing Knuckle Dragger, we need to go and pick up Claptrap's eye, which is just over here. And I managed to find a revolver which, besides the magazine size, everything is a lot higher. So I instantly switched to that I much prefer to use the revolvers. I find the reload speed on them is usually better than most of the other guns, and also I just like how it works. For me personally, the revolver is my weapon of choice in most games. So we continue to follow Claptrap, as we have done for most of this episode, as he goes into a little bit more ice. And he's going to try and open this barge here.
This door's Hyperion tech. Child's play.
And open. So we've got Claptrap here, trying to open up this drop barge. Try being the operative word, as we see that intruders have been detected and they are locking the doors. Luckily for us, we're not going to be eaten alive by bullymongs, because, as you'll see now, Angel's going to step in, and very interestingly there she says executing phase shift. Now, this is something I noticed the first time I played the game as well. Phase shift is something that sirens use, and without spoiling the game too much for anyone that's going to be watching this as a playthrough, it does almost give you a hint to the origins of Angel. So we pick up a shotgun here. Shotgun's not really my weapon of choice. However, when you're in close combat and you've got enemies coming at you, sometimes it's a good idea to switch to a shotgun, just because the amount of damage they can do to close enemies is always handy. Again, as you can see throughout this whole episode, I'm picking up as much stuff as I can. I really do believe, especially in role-playing games, even though this is a first-person shooter role-playing game, it's always best to try and pick up as much items, as much ammo, as much of everything as you can. You'll notice I do exactly the same in my Torchlight 2 playthrough. So we've switched now to Chapter 2, cleaning up the berg. Heading to Liarsburg now, which is another area. And Claptrap here, talking about us being his minion, talking about as much rubbish as I do, which is probably why I relate to Claptrap the most.
And the guns, and the power of sight, which is exactly what you want out of a minion, really. That's like 3 of the top 4 things.
So we have 3 of the top 4 things that Claptrap wants in a minion, the 4th being pizzazz. So we're going to load now to the southern shelf, which is where Liarsburg is located.
Keep your wits about you, minion. This glacier's run by a bandit.
And this is where we first hear about Captain Flint, who's a murderous bandit who used to torture Claptrap. Again, good use here of the fact that we don't take full damage, we just jump straight down off the cliff. And Handsome Jack straight away offering anyone $1 million for anyone who brings the head of the Vault Hunter, which is us. Handsome Jack there also mentioning Roland, who was one of the original 4 Vault Hunters in Borderlands 1. Now, in Borderlands 2, obviously the original 4 aren't playable characters, but they are non-playable characters that are quite essential to the whole story of things. Probably within the next 2 episodes again we're going to see Roland, and we can see here Captain Flint very interested in making $1 million off of our head. So Claptrap here trying to get inside. We can see just inside there, there's a marauder.
Hey, Hammerlock!
And this is where we first get introduced to Hammerlock.
First Captain Flint's bandits attack, then Claptrap shows up.
He's the person we've been looking for. He is the person that Claptrap has said can fix his eye back in. Hammerlock obviously needs our help here to secure Liarsburg from the marauders and the bandits that are around. So in we go, cleaning house, or cleaning glacier as you probably say in this area. And we're going to take out as many of these marauders as possible. You'll notice all the experience we're gaining from doing so. I'm actually quite happy with this playthrough. Usually, I'm not the best of shots. I do enjoy playing first-person shooters, but I'm not the best shooter. But watching back through this playthrough, I'm relatively happy with how I did. So
This ain't over, Grinder.
there we go. We managed to take out all of the bandits and the bullybongs that dropped down. And Claptrap is very excited because he's going to finally get his eye repaired by Hammerlock.
Come to my shack and I shall restore Claptrap's sight. First, I shall shut off the electrical fence for you. Please stay back, Vault Hunter. Let Claptrap.
And we're asked to stay back and let Claptrap go first.
Me and him are like two peas in a pod. 2 bullets in a bag. 2 cannibal midgets in a fat guy's ribcage.
And we see Claptrap get fried by the electric fence.
Apologies, but when Claptrap speaks, I feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one. I shall be out directly.
And a little intro here to Hammerlock,
A pleasure to meet you, Vault Hunter. I am Sir Hammerlock.
or Sir Hammerlock. Hunter, scholar, and gentleman.
At your service. I came out here to research the bully molds for my almanac.
He's telling us here that he has been trapped by Captain Flint's men, and luckily we've helped him out. So he's going to be heading to Sanctuary, same as us, but we are going to have a few more things to do before we head there. We'll just hand him Claptrap's eye. And we'll watch as he fits his eye back in.
Now, let me connect this to this.
Now, watching this, does anyone else feel they probably could have just screwed his eye back in anyway? I think probably would have made things a lot easier.
Minion! Now I've got my eyesight back, and you're far uglier than I remembered.
And we get told we're ugly by a talking robot
This glacier's full
that
of
we've just
nothing
helped
but
out.
murderers and jerkbags, like that Hammerlock dude.
I'm standing right here, dude. Now that Liarsburg is clear, I might as well turn on the
Now that
main power.
Liarsburg's clear, we
This
can get the
house
power back on
is maybe of use
and
to
get the
go
town
get
back
slayer
in
men
working
like
order.
yourself.
Minion, roll out!
I see our fearless leader Jack is looking for you. Charming fellow, isn't he? Spouts drivel about
Coming up
green
for
fields
the
of
end of
frontier
this
and
episode
shoots
now.
armed men, women, and
Got about a
children
minute
of
left.
time.
So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll get another episode out relatively soon. Now, I will say that while recording this, it's a lot harder. It is a lot harder to try and record something after you've played it and to be able to talk constantly. So just let me know in the comments again what you personally prefer, whether you prefer to hear a bit more information. Do try and make these videos as entertaining as possible for you. This is just a hobby of mine. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking about games that I enjoy. So we've just finished off the quest here, and we're going to pick up another one just before we finish off. So if you did enjoy this, again, comment, hit the like and subscribe, and you'll see just at the end of the video as well there's a sample from my Torchlight 2 playthrough, so that you can click on that and check out my Torchlight 2 playthrough. Thank you for taking time out your day to watch, and until next time, thanks for watching.